Greninja is an anomaly. In a generation defined by Mega Evolution, although it did not have one in the original X and Y games, Greninja still dominated the metagame and gained the heart of most of the fan base. Greninja became the most popular Kalos Pokemon and still defines the region to this day, and make no mistake, Game Freak intentionally designed it to be the it Pokemon of the generation. But with the release of Pokémon Legends ZA coming around and rumors and speculation around rumors and forums for the other starter Pokemon, it begs the question, can they keep up? And you might be asking, why is this a question? Surely this Pokemon can't be as iconic as Pikachu, right? And to that I will say, it probably isn't, but there is an argument for a strong second for this Pokemon. I'd even go as far as saying that Greninja certainly still can contend in popularity with the likes of Charizard to this day. But what made Greninja so popular? Well, I mean, just look at it. It's a water ninja Pokemon. Who wouldn't think that's cool? As I said earlier, Greninja was certainly Game Freak's it Pokemon, the one that they planned to be the most popular in the generation. Well, besides arguably Sylveon, you can say that Greninja is basically the face of Gen 6 at this point. Oh, and yeah, let's not forget about the anime's introduction of the infamous Ash Greninja. That transformation was definitely one that I will personally never forget when it was introduced. Ash's Greninja transforming right after it evolves is definitely one of the highlights of the X and Y anime, or just the anime period. If there was anything that 100% put laser focus on Greninja, it was this. Nothing was more hype for me back then than when I witnessed the journey of Ash Greninja improving their transformation during the weekly run of X and Y. From being able to barely hold the transformation to going head to head with a Mega Charizard X, it was like the most hypest moment of the anime. And this definitely skyrocketed Greninja's popularity amongst the X and Y Pokemon. I don't know anyone who can't say that Greninja wasn't the face of X and Y after this. Oh yeah, and the cherry on the top is that Greninja got the black palette treatment with the shiny, and Game Freak doesn't really hand this Pokemon out unless it's one of his favorites. But alright, now that I'm done hyping up Greninja, now it's time to talk about his other two peers, Delphox and Chestnut. And I'm not gonna lie, these designs were actually not too bad in my opinion. It just wasn't on the same level as Greninja. Don't get me wrong, the idea of a magician and a spiked armored plant was a unique idea, but sometimes these simple designs are better. I think the concept of a water frog ninja, while simple compared to the other two, was a lot easier to digest, and that's why a lot more people like it. I feel like Delphox in particular is a victim of releasing with the infamous firefighting streak, and we were expecting something tough, but we got quite the opposite. And when it comes to Chestnut, compared to Greninja, it's really not that bad, and I feel like if any other water starter released this generation, it probably would have took the cake. It's the favorite starter of X and Y. Like, just imagine if we swapped out Greninja for Quaquaval, and you probably would have had a generation where Chestnut was on top. But yeah, unironically, if Legends ZA just brings these to a new Mega Evolution that is just as creative as the concept of Ash Greninja, I could see them being brought back to the spotlight. It's just at the current moment, Chestnut and Delphox feel incomplete to an extent. Well, not so much Chestnut, but Delphox a bit more. It's like a conversation I had with my girlfriend one time. I feel like with certain Pokemon, we should have gender differences, and Delphox is one of those. But it feels like Game Freak doesn't really like doing that with the starter Pokemon in particular. They just want to keep those simple, because at the end of the day, it is games that might be somebody's first, and you don't want to like throw that concept in. But then again, I feel like if we had gender differences for Pokemon such as Fennekin, Quaxley, and Poplio, it would solve most of the design issues. But yeah, hopefully Legends ZA treats these Pokemon right, but it'll be a big hurdle for these two to get over what Ash Greninja did to this generation. But the new set of starters in Pokemon Legends ZA, I actually think they have a decent chance of surpassing Greninja in popularity if they are done right. I actually made 3 videos on what I thought each of the new starters may turn out to look like in a Kalos form, and I think I still want to lean into that. Go watch those short videos in the description to see what I thought. But to basically sum it up, I went with whatever animal they were similar to that I could find near the French area of Europe. And basically Meganium was a bigger grass dinosaur with a longer neck. Tepig was looking very similar to the Lechonk line, and Feraligatr leaned more into a crocodile, more like Skeledirge. I thought those ideas would be a interesting twist on these Pokemon, and I could see this being liked amongst fans. But let's go back to the core question. Can they keep up with Greninja's popularity? And my personal, humble, and totally honest answer to that is maybe. And I'm saying that because it will take a lot, and I mean a lot, to surpass the legacy of Greninja. Pokemon X and Y released 12 years ago. Everybody feels so old right now. But yeah, this Pokemon released 12 years ago and people still talk about it to this day as one of their fan favorite Pokemon, and that's what the others have to compete with. Anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I thought I genuinely asked this question solely because I was rewatching the X and Y anime and really saw how much attention this Pokemon got in comparison to the others. Like, I don't think there's been a Pokemon that's been so peddled to the audience since the debut of Lucario and Infernape, and honestly, I could even go as far as to say Charizard, really. But yeah, definitely let me know what you think in the comment section below, and if you want to see more content like this, be sure to like and subscribe and let me know. Oh, and spoilers, my next video will be about the art of the shiny Pokemon, so you'll want to stick around for that. But anyways, as always, thanks for watching and take care.